Today is Sunday, Parashat Tzav. We're learning from Chok L'Yisrael the Mussar. Mussar says, Chilul Hashem, the desecration of Hashem's name, Kashe Mikol Averot, is the gravest of all sins. What is the desecration of Hashem's name? If a person is very noticeably Jewish or noticeably religious Jew, and he acts in a way that is improper, could be jaywalking, crossing the street, not a crosswalk. He could be being with his family at a picnic and dropping sort of like trash and not picking it up. He could be cutting the line in front of people. It could be any set of circumstances that would be not proper action. It could be any one of these situations. And if people point the finger and say, look at this Jewish guy, how he's acting. Look at this religious Jew, how he's acting. That desecrates the name of Hashem, because after all, we're Hashem's chosen people. And as Hashem's chosen people, we have to hold a very high standard of ethics, of proper behavior, etc. And if we act improperly, any one of these situations that would show a negative attitude towards the Jewish people through a person's action is something that is Chilul Hashem, and that would be the gravest of all sins. Just like our sages said about the 4 different types of atonement. Avar al Chilul Hashem, when a person desecrates the name of Hashem through his behavior, Ela tshuva v'yom kippurim v'yisurin mechaprin. Teshuvah is not enough, repentance is not enough, Yom Kippurim is not enough, Yisurin, even suffering, is not enough to atone. Ela Yom Hamita, those sins stay in suspense until the day of death to be fully atoned for. Shne'emari mechupare avon hazeh lachem ad temutun. Just like the pasuk says, if this sin will be atoned for until the day of death. Nida, new subject. The relations with a woman who's during her period of nida, of menstruation, zulat yota be'onesh karet. Aside from the fact that there is a punishment of karet, amru besefer hazorah telata innun dedachyan shchinta me'alma ubnei nashat tzavchin v'la ishtama kalehon. And the Zohar speaks in a very stern way about this subject of having relations with a woman during the nida and even the 7 clean days afterwards. And it says, there is nothing more impure than the impurity that this is about, and therefore that's why taharat hamishpacha, going to mikveh when it's proper, etc., is a very important mitzvah in any couple. Shabbat, a new subject. Shabbat yadua ki ish kula kechol mitzvot. Shabbat is so important that is equal to all the mitzvot. וכל הרשעים יש להם מנוחה בשבת ואש גבעונם קבע בו והמחלל שבת אישם לא תכבה אפילו בשבת. In the place of Gehinnom, the fire dies down on Shabbat, except for those who are mechalelei Shabbat, those who desecrate the Shabbat. ואמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, our rabbi said, אלמלא שמרו ישראל 2 שבתות כהלכתן, if the Jewish people would keep 2 Shabbatot properly, מיד היו נתגלים, the Mashiach would come. ואמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, כל השומר שבת, Shabbat is so important that if a person is very strict about observing Shabbat, אפילו עובד עבודה זרה כאנוש מוכנים לו. Even if he's involved in idolatry, he would be forgiven. שנאמר, he brings a pasuk to that effect, אשרי אנוש יעשה זאת, שומר שבת, מחללו וכתיב אם תשיב משבת, אז תתענג על השם. And if you turn away, if you give Shabbat what he deserves, if you observe Shabbat properly, אז תתענג על השם, then you will delight in Hashem. ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן.